Chapter 6. Collaboration and Partnerships. There is a worldwide need for systemic change, and even more urgent need to start implementing such change towards instituting a circular economy system. A big challenge in transitioning is the lack of know-how and, as a result of this, a lack of tools and actions. This is why every single member of society needs to increase their level of competence in CE. The world is constantly changing, and education needs to respond to these changes. When society moves towards a carbon-neutral circular economy, the education sector plays a key role in implementing CE teaching and providing up-to-date information. Implementing a circular economy, CE, in schools and educational institutions requires not only a shift in mindset, but also extensive cross-sector collaboration. Both educational institutions and non-governmental organizations, NGOs, can play a crucial role in promoting CE principles by incorporating them into curricula, organizing practical initiatives, and engaging young people in sustainable development activities. Collaboration among various stakeholders enables the effective pooling of resources, exchange of experiences, and implementation of innovative solutions that drive the ecological transformation of society. We can see that awareness of environmental issues is growing and the harmful impact on the environment is decreasing. This is linked to three major steps taken over the years: the 1972 report on the limits to growth by the Roman Club, then the emergence of professions such as environmental manager, sustainability manager, etc. in the 1980s, 1990s, and the integration of circular economy sustainability into all job roles from 2022. Engaging with schools, universities, and other NGOs, integrating the principles of the circular economy CE into formal education represents a pivotal strategy within the broader shift towards a sustainable societal transformation. Embedding CE concepts across a wide range of curricular disciplines, including but not limited to biology, geography, chemistry, technology, and economics, empowers educators to deliver content that not only supports students' academic development, but also nurtures a comprehensive, systems-oriented understanding of how natural and human-induced processes are interconnected. As educational paradigms increasingly embrace holistic, future-oriented competencies, growing emphasis is being placed on embedding foundational CE principles, such as reducing resource consumption, reusing materials, recycling waste, and regenerating natural systems, into the core fabric of teaching methodologies. Approaches like project-based learning, PBL, and problem-based learning, PRBL, serve as effective tools for this integration. These methods offer students opportunities to collaboratively tackle real-world sustainability issues in contextually meaningful ways, thereby enhancing their problem-solving capacity and sense of agency. Practical activity, circular economy simulation game. Objective: help students understand material flows and the importance of reuse and recycling through an interactive, strategy-based board game. Materials needed: blank board game templates, markers, recycled tokens, e.g. bottle caps, buttons, game cards with CE challenges and rewards, dice. Rules: students form small groups to design and play a game where players must navigate a supply chain while minimizing environmental impact. Each turn involves decisions on material use, transportation, and end-of-life options. Points are awarded for sustainable choices, and penalties apply for wasteful behavior. Learning outcomes: systems thinking, strategic planning, understanding CE loops, reuse, recycle, reduce, teamwork, and creative design. To ensure that abstract CE principles are accessible and meaningful, modern education must incorporate a wide range of innovative, interactive, and multimedia instructional tools. Integrating digital learning platforms, augmented and virtual reality simulations, gamified quizzes, and educational videos into classroom instruction provides diverse learning pathways and accommodates various student profiles. These tools not only enhance cognitive engagement, but also promote experimentation and iterative learning, essential components of systems thinking and sustainable innovation. Practical activity, virtual escape room, circular factory. Objective, immerse students in a problem-solving experience focused on improving a virtual factory's operations using CE principles. Materials needed, digital platforms, e.g., Google Forms, Genially, or escape room software, laptops, tablets, puzzles, tasks on product life cycles, material sorting, energy usage. Rules, students collaborate in teams to solve CE-related puzzles and unlock new stages in a simulated linear economy factory. Progress requires applying circular strategies like product redesign, closed-loop processes, or alternative materials. Learning outcomes, critical thinking, collaboration, digital literacy, applied CE problem-solving. Inquiry-driven and experiential learning methods, such as laboratory experiments, field studies, and community-based research, offer students direct engagement with practical CE applications. In laboratory settings, students can explore the effectiveness of various recycling processes, compare the degradation rates of biodegradable versus synthetic materials, and conduct life cycle assessments of everyday products. Fieldwork and citizen science projects, such as local waste audits or biodiversity monitoring, connect classroom learning with real-world environmental contexts, deepening students' ecological awareness and fostering civic responsibility. Practical activity, CE Science Lab project. Objective, investigate material properties and environmental sustainability through hands-on scientific experiments. Materials needed, samples of biodegradable plastics and synthetic materials, soil trays, moisture/UV sensors, pH strips, microscopes. Rules, students simulate environmental conditions and measure decomposition rates over time, analyzing data to draw conclusions about ecological impact. Learning outcomes, scientific inquiry, environmental literacy, data interpretation, evidence-based reasoning. Critical thinking and structured argumentation, essential for democratic participation and ethical decision-making, can be cultivated through debates and discussion forums centered on CE topics. Using formats such as the Oxford-style debate, students engage with divergent perspectives, construct evidence-based arguments, and reflect on the societal and ethical dimensions of sustainability transitions. Incorporating interdisciplinary research projects further enhances these competencies, allowing students to synthesize diverse knowledge areas and engage in reflective, innovative thinking. Practical activity, debate league. Objective, develop argumentation skills and ethical reasoning within CE frameworks. Materials needed, research kits on CE issues, e.g., fast fashion, e-waste, planned obsolescence, timers, judging criteria. Rules, teams debate motions such as fast fashion should be banned in Europe using structured argument formats. Judges assess logic, clarity, teamwork, and use of CE concepts. Learning outcomes, public speaking, critical analysis, ethical reasoning, research synthesis. One of the most scalable and transformative pathways for advancing CE education lies in forging sustained collaborations between schools and institutions of higher learning. These vertical partnerships enable continuity in learning, foster pedagogical innovation, and support co-creation of knowledge across educational tiers. Practical activity, university mentor circles. Objective, connect secondary students with university mentors for guidance on CE-related projects. Materials needed, project management tools, e.g., Trello, video conferencing platforms, shared project templates. Rules, students propose CE project ideas, refined with support from university mentors over a semester. Periodic check-ins ensure progress and mutual feedback. Learning outcomes, mentorship experience, project development, intergenerational learning, academic exposure. Such collaborations often evolve into long-term mentoring networks that cultivate leadership, critical consciousness, and social cohesion. Schools benefit greatly from engagement with universities via guest lectures, expert-led workshops, and access to scientific research. These exchanges expose school communities to emerging technologies, cutting-edge discoveries, and best practices in sustainable development, often inspiring students to pursue careers in green innovation, environmental engineering, or sustainable design. Additionally, secondary students can actively participate in university-led research through formal programs that grant access to labs, equipment, and expert guidance. These extracurricular experiences, including summer schools, science camps, and research internships, promote inquiry-based learning and empower young people to co-create knowledge, publish findings, and compete in innovation challenges. Practical activity, CE Research Day. Objective: introduce students to academic CE research and foster participation in data-driven inquiry. Materials needed: poster boards, abstract templates, lab tours, sample publications. Rules: university researchers present CE projects, students showcase their mini-research, Q&A sessions deepen understanding and spark new ideas. Learning outcomes: scientific communication, research methodology, academic engagement. Non-governmental organizations, NGOs, particularly those focused on sustainability, play a critical role in promoting CE education beyond traditional classroom settings. NGOs serve as vital connectors between formal institutions and communities, acting as catalysts for grassroots innovation, civic engagement, and social transformation. Their educational offerings often include participatory, hands-on programs, such as repair workshops, recycling tutorials, eco-festivals, artistic installations, and policy simulation games that invite participants to critically engage with sustainability challenges while fostering creativity, collaboration, and local action. Furthermore, NGOs provide crucial support for youth-led initiatives and eco-entrepreneurial ventures. Through micro-grants, technical mentorship, capacity-building workshops, and access to practitioner networks, these organizations empower young changemakers to scale their impact and embed CE principles in emerging business models. NGOs frequently convene multi-stakeholder dialogues, bringing together students, educators, policymakers, and industry representatives to shape inclusive and forward-thinking sustainability agendas. Practical activity, local EcoFest. Objective: engage the wider community in CE learning through a festival-style event. Materials needed: event booths, CE-themed games, repair cafe kits, composting demonstrations. Rules: students co-organize the event with an NGO, facilitating workshops and CE activities for community members. Learning outcomes: event planning, civic engagement, real-world application of CE concepts, practical activity, NGO upcycling hackathon. Objective: co-design circular solutions using waste materials in a time-bound innovation sprint. Materials needed: recycled materials, tools, e.g. hot glue guns, sewing kits, optional 3D printers, pitch decks. Rules: mixed teams, students plus NGO staff, ideate and prototype CE solutions, e.g. upcycled furniture or packaging. Judging criteria include creativity, feasibility, and CE alignment. Learning outcomes: eco-design, teamwork, innovation, stakeholder collaboration. One of the most impactful approaches used by NGOs is community-based learning, which embeds education within living examples of circular systems. Initiatives such as neighborhood composting centers, time banks, seed libraries, and clothing repair cafes serve not only as educational sites, but also as prototypes of functioning circular ecosystems. These initiatives empower participants with practical knowledge while contributing to community resilience and grassroots innovation. Public spaces become hubs of ecological learning, where individuals assume active roles as stewards of local sustainability efforts. The value of international collaboration in CE education cannot be overstated. Programs like Erasmus+, the European Solidarity Corps, and other youth mobility initiatives foster transnational learning, capacity building, and intercultural exchange. These platforms enable schools, universities, and NGOs to engage in strategic partnerships, co-develop curricula, exchange personnel, and launch collaborative digital projects with a CE focus. Such exchanges enhance knowledge transfer and pedagogical innovation across diverse national contexts. International learning opportunities allow students to engage with real-world sustainability challenges alongside peers from different cultural backgrounds, fostering global citizenship and pluralistic thinking. Collaborative projects may include designing sustainable business models, planning circular cities, or prototyping eco-innovations, often presented at international conferences or competitions. These experiences equip youth to think critically about global challenges, build transnational alliances, and envision careers in sustainability. Online platforms like Salto Youth play a vital role in supporting educators and youth workers involved in CE education. Salto offers open-access resources, toolkits, training methodologies, and project databases, serving as a one-stop knowledge hub. It also facilitates virtual networking events, webinars, and working groups, allowing practitioners to share best practices, co-create educational materials, and engage in policy dialogue. Ultimately, building networks for collective impact is perhaps the most powerful enabler of lasting, systemic change in CE education. These networks transcend individual projects or institutions, instead fostering long-term, coordinated action among diverse actors. The theory of collective impact is grounded in 5 key conditions: a shared agenda, common measurement systems, mutually reinforcing activities, continuous communication, and backbone support organizations. These principles provide a strategic framework for designing and managing multi-stakeholder collaboration for circular education transformation.